Kat, you want to take us in?
Yeah. Welcome back to Soul Food. This episode is brought to you by friends and family at Seoul.
Yay!
Welcome back.
Yay!
Today we have Kat with us again
Yes.
Yeah.
on another interesting topic. How you, Kat, first? Okay?
Yeah, good.
Good. Welcome back
Welcome back
to the beautiful
Malaysia.
city of
Alostar.
Alostar.
Yes.
Today we want to pick your brain. It has been an interesting season for you because you left Alostar, you're studying in KL right now, and this is something that Caroline and I have been teaching you, guiding you in the area of actually, new friends and how the new experience is going to be like.
It's been how long? 1 year?
Almost a year, right?
Year away?
Yeah, from May.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet 1 year.
Really?
Yeah, I
Well,
just
felt like
feels
long
like-
time.
like just
Yeah.
Felt like long time ago.
just the first semester.
I lost time misses you.
Chee.
Yes.
But maybe you want to share with us your experience, like how is it like between the two culture of the city in your experience, Alostar and KL?
Personally, I prefer Alostar because it's more chill.
This is a paid
relaxed.
advertisement by the city of Alostar. Nah,
Yes,
just kidding.
I love my city. But for me, when I first moved to KL, I just feel like everything is really fast.
Yes.
You know, people are running to train station. People are running, to find roof when it's raining. And
Are you also running to the train station?
yes, I just hate the traffic there.
Okay, yeah,
Like
yeah.
early in the morning, if I have 9 a.m. class, I have to leave the house at 6:30 exactly to take public transport.
Right.
And if I drive, I also leave to need the house at the same time because of the jam.
Right.
So I prefer to take public transport. I can stand or sit in the public transport to scroll my phone,
Wow.
to read my thing, Yeah, it's just boring. Like
She
sitting.
said she hates the traffic there.
Yeah.
Because she came from Alostar to KL.
Yeah,
Like for
Alostar.
me, I came
We should
from
bring her to Jakarta.
Yes,
Jakarta,
please.
then KL, and Alostar. Then
Yeah.
I'm like, hearing you guys talking, I was like, should bring it to Jakarta. Then you will never ever complain about Malaysia traffic anymore.
Oh man.
I promise you.
It's true. KL is faster, right? The pace. People are rushing, going here and there. But the other day you brought up something interesting in one of our conversations. I think we were having lunch, and you talk about how you carry certain value, and your new circle, this group of people, they carry very different value. It's not necessarily bad, but maybe let's talk about it. Like what are the good or what are the bad in your experience? So yeah, how's the experience like? With this new circle of people and the values they have, and does it clash with yours? What is it like?
So my new circle is not like a lot of people. So that's why we get to like real conversation
Right.
between each other. And they are from cities, like Johor, KL, and then there's one girl that is Penang. Penang is also quite fast paced for me.
Yeah.
And the way they think, the way that they do things are really fast as well. Like for example, we have an assignment and they straight want to go into like conclusion, like you do what, you do what, you do what. But and then they miss out, the process.
Ah.
Yeah, like slowly, step by step, we do this together. And they say, okay, you do this part, you do this part, and then we combine everything together, just that.
Right.
Yeah. I
So
feel,
they straight away delegating. Okay, you go do yourself that one. You go do yourself. I do myself this one. And it's different with the way how you work before with your
Yes.
previous circle and your previous friends.
yes.
Because before maybe you do together.
Yeah, we
everything.
do together step by step so that for me it's like to minimize frustration at the end when it hits the deadline and you don't have time to adjust because everyone is doing their own stuff. But you combine together, you realize that it's not what the lecturer want, it's
Right.
not what you want, and we don't have time to edit, and then we only can submit that thing.
Right.
Yeah, with different mindset. And
Do we
it's-
have that problem those days when we were back in campus, babe? I mean, I
So
had
many years ago.
I had moments when I was back in campus where I was like, when I came with that approach, is because I have to admit, I'm lazy to meet up with other people. So, you kind of like skim through the process. So it's a pretty good observation from Kat, right? That,
I think I don't know. You came from Alostar, you know. It's a smaller town, and then we are more communal here. We are closer.
Yeah.
So that's why maybe like, oh, okay, you know what? Your task is that, my task is that. Let's do together. You know, you have more pocket of moments to do that.
Yeah.
But KL,
More time,
can you,
basically.
can you
Yeah.
imagine that your friends staying all the way maybe in you're staying in Old Klang Road, right? Maybe your
Juras.
friends stay all the way in Kota Kemuning. You know,
Wow.
then imagine like, oh, okay, you know what? You study media, right?
Yeah.
We want to take pictures together. Like, it's such a hassle that you want to meet all the way in KL. Can you imagine that?
Right.
It's going to be easier for you if you just take a train and then you go to KL by yourself without. So it's very different, like the way you work from
Yeah.
smaller town and there.
Yeah.
But for me, I think what different from me last time is my personality. I'm a very like close stick to friend and
Yeah.
then like depending to friend. So I'm the one who is like pursuing my friend. I follow you lah. You know, oh, you want to be there? Oh, okay, you know what? I take a cab to go there. So I think for me is that. So I think because it's a campus life for you, so the one that is very obvious is the way you work when you're handling assignment. But what about like daily conversation with your friends? Like the way they tease, the way they joke, like how is it different
Yeah.
with your previous circle here and your circle there?
My circle here, they just say things that they like, and then
No filter.
Yeah, not filtered sometimes. But in KL, I think they are kind of very PR trained. I don't know. They are very careful with their words, and then they will, when they realize they say something wrong, they will say, "Oh, sorry, just joking." But in KL, oh, cannot joke.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So
Also in KL, they say cannot joke. Kind of thing.
Some lah, but usually they were scared to be in trouble.
Right.
So you feel they are more respectful? Or,
Wait, I'm confused. So
no, in here, the
Here,
friends more
Alosa
no
will be-
filter.
Not filter.
so
yeah.
they'll be like, oh, joke only lah, kind of thing, right?
Do you
Oh,
think?
okay.
Do you think it's because like you know them longer here? They are more familiar, and then
Maybe,
could that be?
but some I don't even remember them or not really familiar with them. But they, yeah, okay, it's okay. I show grace. I forgive you.
I mean, this conversation today, it's one for us to actually bring about an awareness. You know, it's not a comparison between whether KL is better or Alustar is better. I think if we head on to the conversation with that perspective, we are going to get a very different outcome, very competitive outcome. I think each culture brings forth its own good and its own bad as well, and I think today, really we want to begin to understand. So like you're hearing, like how different people react. It's a new environment, new city and all. But I'm curious, you've been journeying with us for such a long time.
Yeah.
We know you when you were a baby.
Oh.
Baby.
Oh.
We met Kat when she was 14, right?
14.
Wow.
And my curiosity is, we've been journeying together. You've been hearing what Caroline and I have been talking about, having the right group of friends around you, the right circle, and before you left to KL, like we spent almost like 5-6 years together, in the
Yes.
environment, and this is the culture. Now, with all this knowledge that you have, and then you move to KL, like how do you see yourself aware and clear, like, especially, you're a Gen Z as well. I would like to know your experience with all this knowledge and now practical,
Yeah.
whether in campus or even the church there, with people around. How is that like?
I can realize when people are toxic. Yeah, I can sense. I don't know if boys are, but girls, we have the sixth sense. When you know,
Tell us about it. Like what
Like
is
the-
Conversation
Like
about
the-
boys' sixth sense.
the first sight when I see you, I know if what personality are you having, and So in KL, I have this like friend, and then he looked exactly how he is. It's like how he behave,
Right.
and his appearance is exactly match. And say, okay, my sixth sense is correct. And with the knowledge, like what you guys have been teaching me and telling me, like the right circle, the right friend, and I mean, we meet different kind of people in
Right.
life. No matter
Right.
you are in Alostar, KL,
Yeah.
or anywhere, we should have the ability to identify what is good and what is bad. And with the knowledge and with the things that you guys have taught me, I can easily like identify, which is the right group and which is the bad group. Like which
Right.
one should I go to? If you realize that is bad, then maybe you can just like not like just cut off the line like to have relationship with them, but maybe just not that close. Yeah.
Sometimes me and Caroline, we in our private conversation, we are like, babe, does it make any difference? Teaching and
Yeah.
telling Kat, or whether our friend Celine or Emmanuel, just like we keep talking about the social awareness.
I think being an adult, like for us, it's like, don't you think it's common sense? But
Right.
actually not, if you look back when we were young, we have to make the mistake first. Then only we realize that.
Yeah.
So that's why now we are so vocal in talking about it with young people because, hey, something that it can be taught.
Yeah.
It can be imparted.
Yeah.
So, but
Wow.
Hey, big word.
Ma'am, I have a question. Like now, about 6 months there with a new circle, new friendship. I think even you're still quite close with your friends from here, there. You're still meeting, right? Like the dynamic must be changed, must be different. Like when
Yep.
you hang out here and when you hang out there. But my question is with this new circle or the new dynamic of the old friends here, do you guys have like conflict already? Like, do you have any like argument or disagreement? And how do you differentiate between whether it is like a normal disagreement between friends, normal conflict with friends, or it's actually
Big fighter.
it's actually a toxic or bullying.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
How do you know that? Like just like you said, right? Oh, I kind of know now, like which one is toxic, which one is good, which one is not good. But how do you know that? What is the
By-
indicator?
Their attitude,
Oh,
their behavior, the way they act.
Mm.
Yeah, when actually I look at their attitude like when they talk to me or when they talk to my like other friend, like their attitude and the words that they use. Yeah. Some people curse a lot, but yeah, so did I answer your question from that?
yeah. I think the way people talk,
The way people
right?
talk, right? Yeah.
It's sometimes some people curse a lot, but not necessarily they are toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more like how they make you feel.
Oh yeah.
How do they make you feel small all the time? I mean, do you have a
Yeah.
friend who's like that? Like make you feel small all the time?
I don't think so, but I think I'm the one that make people feel small because I'm very loud all the time.
No, I mean like
Good
not-
observation.
I think being loud and being friendly not necessarily make people feel small, but
Yeah.
it's more like the things that you say bring people down.
Demean people.
Demeaning,
Yeah.
at this point of times, I can't remember, was it uni time, right? That I remember right after 2 years, I have a friend who actually came to me and asked me, asked my friend, one of my close friend, what did you do to her, to me? Like,
Oh.
then she was like, me, I was like, what happened to me? Why now you become so quiet and you're not really vocal anymore? Then I realized, I don't know if my friend real, because we're still friends until now.
Yeah.
If my friend see this, like, and I was like, what happened? What happened to me? Even my friend also asked, what happened to her? No, she became more quiet. She don't really talk much. Then when I think about it, right, I realized that I am surrounded with some friends who always criticize me,
Mm.
who always like, I think maybe because of my personality back then, I'm actually very talkative, very like outgoing kind of person. But then I started to like, quiet down
Yeah.
because I realized, every time I say something, I got criticized. So let me just stay quiet. So,
Right.
there are some friends who maybe not intentionally, maybe they want to correct you, or maybe they
Yeah.
have that kind of behavior, that kind of character to always correct. And then little did I know that it's affecting me and the way I, behave until
Right.
I met you. And you're like, why don't you just say it out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, quite right. Yeah. So I realized that, I think my friend has been doing that to me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I actually kind of like detox for a while, because
Right.
I didn't know that it's affecting me that way.
Mm.
So,
Yeah,
and
I
I know,
remember that season.
this person is a good friend
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
but I don't think this person mean it
Yeah.
to do that to me.
Mm. I think every one of us, we go through like, different moments in life where we are also trying to figure out, is this my personality? Is this
Yeah.
who I am? I mean, now that Kat is in KL, 6 months, felt like almost like a year.
Yeah.
Felt like so long.
Yeah, some might even say that, oh, it's still so new, you're discovering, it's so fresh. But what do you think about this? Anyways, we're talking about this, and Caroline and I, we come from a very different generation. Right? And but today, for you as a Gen Z, I always say this: what I like about Gen Z is that they wear their emotions on their sleeves. Like what you mentioned about your friend. You see him, that's really who he is.
Yeah.
Sometimes, right? A lot of Gen Z, you are not really comfortable saying it out. Like I feel this way, but
Yeah.
you don't have to saying it out. It's already obvious.
Yeah, it's very, very obvious, right? So I mean, maybe this is a good thing. But I mean, in your opinion, thanks to the internet, TikTok, and IG, do you think that the process of moving made it easier? Because, okay, the context is this: back then when I was in Alostar, right, we always say KL people, the kind of thing, and very different culture. But today, because of the things that you view, the artists, and how the phone is like, do you think you're more united, or still you feel same like, oh man, it's a different culture, got to get used to it?
I mean, the internet do help a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah. But for me, because my mom is in KL, my family is in KL. So when I just moved there, I just feel like, okay, I'm back with my mom. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then other than that, it's just like campus life is different
Mm.
from Alostar because it's just like really, really fast.
Mm.
The way they think, the way they talk, and it's really fast. And then with internet, we saw, a lot of influencers, how they live their life, like wake up in the morning, go to Pilates,
Oh.
and then routine like that.
Uh-huh.
It makes me feel like, oh, I want to be like them.
Okay.
Like daily routine, like what they do in life, and then, but it cost me lah. The money is different because compared to Alostar,
Go pickleball.
yeah,
5
pickleball,
times a week.
Yeah.
yeah, and then they like when all the nice restaurant, cafes, and the croissants can be $20.
And
We've got 20
complain.
bucks croissants in Alostar too.
And we complain when we have eight
I mean,
ringgit.
yeah, I mean $20 we can have like 5 plates of wonton mee.
Yes.
So Alostarian,
Welcome
come
to
on.
Alostar. Right.
Yeah. But slowly I will get used to it lah because it's an everyday thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see it every day online, like people showing how perfect is their life and all.
What do you miss about Alostar, like culture wise? People, right? Like I mean, in the context of like talking about circle today, people. So coming back to people, right? What do you miss about Alostar that you wish would happen in KL? And now that you're in KL, what do you wish that would something you learned from KL would be happening here at Alostar? In your observation.
In my observation,
Mm.
what I can bring to Alostar is the excellent they give in the things that they do.
Mm.
Yeah. Sometimes in our side we'll say like, okay, it's small, nobody sees.
Ooh,
It's
yes.
fine, it's okay.
Oh man, I feel that. Yeah.
But for me, I think Alasa can do better. Alasa can reach that standard as well.
Yeah.
It's just people you want or you don't want. You know, and for you mean Alostar values
Yeah.
to KL?
Yeah.
I think the way KL, like all the business people, when they talk to you, is very formal and very corporate.
Yeah.
It's not like real heart
Connection.
real connection. I can't feel she or his sincere heart that want to talk to you. It's like it's very textbook answers.
Right.
Yeah.
But is it because still new, or you feel like
I
it's
feel
just the vibe and the culture?
it's
there?
just the vibe, because when I realize it when I talk to my friend as well.
Right.
Yeah, they will say things very corporate, say things like how the movie say. It's like not relatable
Yeah.
to me lah, personally. I think.
One of the things that I aspire, to do in our community here in Alustar is to, raise up young people who would be effective, influential adults one day that are relational. I remember when I first went to KL, I didn't want to hang out with Malaysians. I wanted to hang out with, my African friends. I wanted to hang out with, Filipinos, Indonesian. It was just exciting to me, But I saw some of my friends really uncomfortable. And because that's also the culture that they carry back from their home and all. And I begin to realize that, this is something that my dad has instilled in me, to treat others equally, to meet people where they're at,
Yeah.
to talk to them. And it's affected me till today, how like we have Emmanuel behind the camera, who's from Congo. We've got friends from Philippines, we still got Indonesian friends. And this is my aspiration, for our community, that we would, impact many more young cats, to think about this sort of thing,
Yeah.
or else life gets boring, right? It's just in the same circle.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
can you imagine most people in KL stay in condos, or
Yeah.
even if they are in housing complex where people are busy most of the time
Yeah.
and they don't really see each other that often. I realize what difference is, right? I think you somehow knows about it. Like you don't really know your neighbor in front of your house,
Oh, yeah.
right or left.
Oh,
But in our star, we know people. Like we cook something, we will,
Yeah.
send it over to our neighbor.
Yeah.
During Chinese New Year, we like exchanging, like if their family also Chinese, we are exchanging some cookies,
Yes,
right? Or whatever
cookies.
is that. So I
Uncle,
think,
auntie, good, no, you are.
right, like, and you sit in a train, like you don't really talk to people sitting next to you. But I noticed that since I stay in Alosar, I am more relational. I realized that, I see kids, like we're sitting in a train, I see another kids playing with my kids.
Yeah.
Then I started to like, how old is he?
Yeah.
Or these are the things that you always do, babe. Like whenever we meet like a stranger on the lift, right? You always
Yeah.
like, hi, good morning.
Yeah.
Back then, like we stay in KL so long, right? We're like, you don't really like,
Yeah.
right? I think that's so different. But do you bring this culture, this value? I know you are quite relational here too. You like, say hi to people. But when you go there, you meet a stranger on the lift. Would you say hi to them? Or you would just like,
no. I will keep quiet and I act cool.
Catherine Ooi, we thought you better. Cool, come on.
But depends on people. If there is kids, then I will say hi lah.
Oh, okay.
imagine
Okay lah,
like being
okay.
alone with a guy in the elevator.
No,
That
Hello.
definitely I won't.
man happened to me before in campus.
Yeah.
I met this guy in the elevator. Only me and this guy, right?
That guy was
He's
so
like
nice.
smiling at me like this.
I will feel it's scary though. Right. It's like creepy.
Right.
That guy, by the way, is a
this one.
nice guy.
We did
That guy. It wasn't like follow you. It's like, oh,
I
and the
will
leaf,
follow
hi, nice to
you.
see you.
It's still scary, right?
It's very creepy lah.
So this is the thing I think with this conversation today, right? Like, you might, because this is how I was brought up right back in Kedah, and I had to learn, right? going to KL, that's not necessarily the same. I like some values. It has to be adjusted for the environment because yeah, like when I smile at her, she's like, "Who is this?" So I cannot change. Maybe my face lah, right? I don't know. But yeah, thanks, Kat. I really enjoyed this conversation today. We are going to, as we're talking about this, right? I begin to realize, you know what? This can be a recurring theme in our soul food journey. That Kat is like 1 year in KL, Kat is 2 years in KL. How is she like, right?
Then you see me once a year.
Yeah. I mean, of course, this is still very new, but as I was thinking about this episode, I was like, hey, you know what? It'd be great to, just pick your brain and see how your journey has been like. Whether you miss home or not. But it's so interesting because her mom is in KL.
Yeah.
So it's so different,
So
right?
yeah, like for us last time, we are like, bahasa Indonesia we call it perantau. We merantau. We are like, we have no family there, so it's like so different.
Yeah.
Making being part of a new circle is a survival for us.
Yeah.
Right.
I think one of the things that I learned back then is even though that we are families, like I've got families in KL, but it's very, very different because my family culture is very different from my cousin's family culture. They have their own fixed set of ways of doing things. Shout out to my auntie lah, my ayi lah. She's amazing, right? And she always invite me over for dinner. But it took me a while to enjoy the food because the food is so healthy, right? The way she cooked. And funnily enough, I just witnessed this again like a couple of
last
weeks
week.
ago. Caroline and I, we were in KL for a wedding.
Yeah, we have this restaurant
That we usually go
used
to.
always go to.
Go
It's
to.
nearby our old house,
Yeah,
right?
nearby our old place, right?
We always go there. and
Shout out to
it's one of-
ex-friends.
It's one of our favorite food, right?
Yeah.
We always go.
So it's like really good Tai Chow place,
Yes.
And so when we went there, we were like, I remember ordering the
Something
food.
is missing.
Something is missing, Then I realized, oh no, then in the car, I tell her, I said, babe, I think we've been Alustar for a while.
Our tongue has been accustomed to this level of saltiness
So
in our
Alustar very, very salty, right? You realize?
Yes.
We like the depth in our flavor, we like that umami flavor, And I realized then Caroline, right, in the restaurant, she ordered the noodles. First time I saw her adding like
Soy
ketchup,
sauce.
soy sauce in the noodle. Then I'm like, this is not Caroline. Why is she doing this? Then when I ate, I was like, oh my goodness, right?
Healthy.
So culture really plays
That
a
is
part.
food, there is something that we add or we take away when we move to a certain location.
Yeah.
Now back to friendship. I'm very curious actually. You have a friendship back then here. And then there's one or two or maybe more things that you learn about friendship here. So when you go to KL, is there anything that you add or you
Subtract.
add or you take away, like in terms of making friends, maybe here you have a toxic buddy, you have a friend that is a little bit like toxic, and then when you tell yourself, when I go KL, when I meet this kind of person, when I see this kind of characters or whatever, that I'm not going to get deeper. Is there anything you learn from here that you add or you take away with your way of being in a new circle or making friends in
Yeah.
KL?
Not really though, because for now I don't really realize a toxic friend yet. Thank God.
Really? You don't have here?
Yeah, because here
No,
here
in
have
KL
I
she's
mean in
in,
KL.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
In KL. Because I just know them for
Not long.
not long, and we are not that close yet.
Yeah.
And one thing I realized that friends in KL and in Alastar different is I can get very close to someone easily in KL. In Alastar I mean, but in KL it took times.
Actually, it's not just from her. We heard this from Tasha as well.
Yeah.
Remember Tasha said like it's very different, like to connect,
Yes.
But is there anything that you tell yourself, before you move? When I make friends, I promise that I'm not going to be like this. Not entrap yourself to a certain kind of friendship that's toxic and not good enough for you.
Yeah.
Is there any?
I mean, um, I don't want to be I don't want to be in a group of friends that pulls me away from who I am.
Okay.
I
That's so nice.
I don't want them to pull me away from the good things that I'm doing. And I don't want them to pull me in to the bad or toxic circle. Because and one thing my one of my line or boundaries is I don't want them to pull me away from God.
Oh, yeah.
Pull me away from church.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where I learn all these things. That's where I experience, God's love and miracles,
Yeah.
and all the transformation of my life. And I will protect that.
I see.
Yeah, I want to protect that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
see. Yeah, I see that is the value that you brought and you learn from here. Is there any friends that, I mean, you are quite vocal about your belief, right? And your love for Jesus.
Yeah.
Is there any of your friends who actually question that? Like, why do you talk about Jesus so much?
Um,
Do you? Why do you go to church so much? Okay, maybe that, right? I mean, why do you go to church
Yes,
so much?
there is a girl. She will ask me, why do you go to church? And when you go to church, what do you do? Do you need to pray like how they see in all those movie lah, like
Yeah.
really pray and then quiet and things like that? I say no, church is not how you see it on
Movies, yeah.
or online. Church actually is a fun and interesting place for you to meet different kind of peoples and learn new things. I say,
Yeah.
and then after that time she's starting to ask like how how you transform, how you change from non-Christian to Christian.
No.
And then I slowly walk her with my journey.
Wow.
And then I'm trying now to convince her to come to church with me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. Yeah, I think, hearing you today, Kat, make us really proud, and seeing how your journey has been. I know it's only been 6 months, but I think there's so many things can happen, or so much things can happen within 6 months. But continue to be aware, continue to be alert, what's happening. Thanks again for this conversation today.
Yeah,
we are going to check back in.
Exactly.
another
I was
episode.
about to say, just like she said, right?
Yeah.
I don't really, notice any toxic friend yet. But maybe we have to come back after a few months.
Yeah, so a few months. So is Celine toxic? No, just kidding.
Oh,
I love you, Celine. Well, that's all we have for this episode. Thank you, Kat.
thank you for having me.